I believe MobME is the first company in the country to acquire the technology to roll out digital signatures through mobile.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about this project.
So we started doing a small enterprise business called mobile governance, where in India, there's a phone. People have mobile phones, and the internet penetration is amazingly low. So 900 million mobile phones and 13 million broadband connections. So when we were sitting in a couple of committees in our Department of IT, because we had pioneered mobile governance in Kerala, Goa and Nagaland, we saw that in a country called Estonia, it's 70 kilometers of Helsinki in Finland, it's rated as one of the top 10 digital cities in the world. They do a lot of things on the phone, as in citizens provide a lot of service. Even 20% of the population does their voting on phone. And then we realized what they've done is they've put a digital signature on a SIM card into the phone. So today the digital signature comes on a USB. And on a very, very high level, in the real world, everybody has a signature. So I am known as Sanjay when I put my sign. I put my sign. I can put it on a check, I can put it on a document, an agreement. Everywhere I need to put my sign. Which means in the digital world, you need an equivalent of your signature. You can't have username and password representing you legally. This is called the digital signature. And the trouble is, it comes in a USB. So USB means you need a computer. And this is not there with everybody. And the second thing is, you cannot carry a USB in your pocket, you lose it. So the mobile phone is kind of very convenient and it brings mobility and convenience. So we've acquired this technology from Finland, where you can put this digital signature into a mobile phone. And we believe this is what will bridge the digital divide. See, there is this world of haves and have-nots. The people with computers, so they are getting digital. But then we should move to a world where everybody has this. It's like literacy. 100% literacy all around, the state just grows. So I believe that by putting a digital signature on the phone, everybody can get onto a digital age. And this we believe is a huge opportunity. In fact, the funds we are raising from the IPO is to do a massive pilot for digital signatures.
That was going to be my next question.
Yes.
What do you propose to do with the funds that you...
See, as a company, we've been extremely prudent with capital. So in fact, the return on capital or the return on equity, we only raised 2.4 crores till now. And all the value we brought in, I think when we list, the company would be valued at more than 100 crores. We've bootstrapped 2.5 crores into an entity which is worth more than 100 crores. So the return on capital is very, very high. If you put 2.5 crores in bank, you'll get 25 lakhs every year. I mean, this is like 100 crores. So it's extremely high. And we now believe that the next opportunity needs more funds. So 6 years back, we had a novice team. It was completely inexperienced, a bunch of guys. And 6 years back, we only knew there was a large opportunity. Some 140 million mobile users will grow to 900 in 6 years. We could see that growth. And then we had 2.5 crores in bank, and we built a company, which is now rated as among the top 10 emerging IT companies in India. So now if I look at my next 6 years, I'm ready to start sail on an exciting journey from the shores of Kerala again, right? Where we would say, we want to go to Bombay and we want to plant a flag in the heart of the financial capital in this country, right? Where somebody has to plant this flag. And I think what it does is it inspires a lot of other people to do. Where, for example, when Infi goes and lists in NASDAQ, it's a very proud moment for the country that we are able to do something which we've not been able to do till now. So I think a lot of young people get inspired. We get a ton of emails. In fact, we've set up this whole place called Startup Village, and Chris is helping us do that. We're getting support from Government of India and Government of Kerala. It's a not-for-profit society where we set up, where we believe that all the knowledge that we had and all the support that we got in building up a small company, we are now setting it up for the whole society.
Coming to the Startup Village again, it's the world's largest telecom incubator campus. So what does that actually mean, and what is the role that you play? You are the chairman of the Startup Village.
Right. So like how a child is born, the first 3 years the child needs help. It can't do anything on its own. The parents have to take care of it. It's the same case when a company is born. A small company, if you don't help it, it'll just die. And we had a lot of help from the Technopark incubator, which is where all these companies were born initially. When I went there, we were the only company there. After 6 years, now there are 136 startups there. And they together employ around 4,500 people. They generate more than 150 crores in revenue put together. So we were pushing for more changes. And then inside the government system, the flexibility is low. I mean, you can have a certain level of flexibility, but it can't go to the level that you want. And then Government of India invited us to say, can you build one in public-private partnership model? And then when we met the CM and we launched this, we told him, so if Kerala has to be on a global map, we have to do things on a global scale. So I believe that in the early days, in the 1960s, when the thought leaders of Kerala used to, set a course of our state, they said we need high literacy. And Sambhurna Saksharata, it's not like some people get it, some people don't. Everybody gets it. And because of that literacy rates we had, high life expectancy, low infant mortality, high male to female, ratio. Our population growth has almost reached 0, which is like a developed country. So everything grew to a developed Indus except for economy. Economy matra bhayangara karila, and we are highly, we didn't have any industry here. And that's because I believe raw materials are for any industry. If you want to build a big steel industry, you need iron ore. But iron ore. But the next growth that is going to happen is on the digital age. And I believe to do this, we have the most important asset, human capital, right? And this is what we believe, and this is why we set up Startup Village, where a lot of young people who have passion, who have determination, and who have fire in their belly, but who don't know how to start a company and who don't have an idea, but they have all the ingredients to be an entrepreneur. We should at least give them a chance to try. And then we should take away the fear of failure. So I believe the current education system, the way it is structured today, especially in Kerala, it's a rat race for marks. The guy who gets the most amount of marks is treated as the most brilliant student. Mark it other than Mandan. There is absolutely no logic in that. After 13 years, college mark degree college real life success college and school mark.
So what do you think are the skills, or what is it that makes this difference?
So I don't know how you define success or failure, but I fundamentally think it's all about happiness. If your happiness indices is very high, then I don't believe there's anything called success or failure, because I believe that at the end of the day, all of us will die. Okay, and we cannot take anything that we've made in this material world. So if we chase a material goal of making a ton of money, buying a big car, buying a big house, just think of it. 3.5 crore people in our state, they want a big house and they all want a big car. But 3.5 crore people is chasing their dream. So at some point, you will have to say, we need to get this whole thing sustainable. And sustainable, I believe, is about having a very happy, emotional quotient, where you are completely at peace with yourself, where stress is amazingly low. So you can build a company which has just 5 people and just makes 1 crore a year. And I believe that is amazingly successful if you make some 10-20 lakhs in profit. And that is not difficult today.
You talked about Chris Gopalakrishnan. He is the mentor of Startup Village. What are the qualities that you most admire in him?
I think humility and patience. So 6 years back, when we used to meet Chris, he used to come into our small office, and Anna, he's the CEO of Infosys. We don't even have great chairs to kind of seat him. He's completely at ease. He'll come and sit where you have a seat. He doesn't have anything like that, right? And 6 years from now, the way he treats you is the same. And the way he treats everybody is the same. There is nothing like you're big or you're small, you're big company, small company, you're not a company. Everybody is treated the same, and punctuality is amazing. When we have an event in Startup Village, he comes half an hour early. So he comes there and he waits, and so he takes time out, and I think what he's trying to do to help a lot of people around him, I believe that is amazingly credible, because running a huge company like Infosys is a tremendous amount of responsibility, and in that responsibility, he's able to take time out, come and spend a lot of time. So when he comes to Startup Village, he spends almost like a day.
Will you tell us a little about your family?
Yeah, so I think, so my family is my mom, my dad, Chetan, and my grandmother. And my mom was a clerk in Titanium. My dad, my brother, and myself, we all went to College of Engineering Trivandrum. So father was engineer in electricity board, and my brother studied in CET computer science and then got into IIT, and now is in Microsoft in US.
You've often talked of yourself as hailing from a middle class family of modest means. So how has money changed you?
So I don't think it's changed much, because for example, from January 1st, I'm not even taking a salary. So the year before that, I used to take an extremely high amount of salary. So it's not really about the money. See, money kind of brings a certain amount of comfort to life. I meet a lot of people. For example, people like Chris, right? And he's one of those 1,000 richest guys in the world, according to Forbes. He leads a very simple lifestyle. So to lead a very normal lifestyle, you don't need a lot of money. But then I figured out that the rich and the poor have one thing in common. Both have a need for money. But if you look at it, the rich need more money than the poor. And the money that the rich need always keeps growing higher and higher. So, for the start or the background that I have, I feel that we are amazingly blessed and we are amazingly lucky. And we've had the support of a lot of people to reach where we have.
Do you find the time to play basketball?
Yeah, so now we've actually set up a small court back home. There's absolutely no time to go and play in a court. Okay. So Coachella, we in the back, we put up a half court, and every day I'm in Cochin, I at least play for half an hour.
Okay, how else do you unwind?
So it was crazy, 6 years back I never thought I would do all this. So we're listening to a lot of classical music now. Okay. There used to be guys who used to completely be on rock and things like that. And, I find it very funny, but, a lot of people are on a slightly spiritual mode, I would say. I mean, yoga and we used to just, while it out, just yoga and all that. But we find ourselves actually adapting a lot more into yoga and meditation, and then classical music. And so life is good.
So it's been really nice having you. Your confidence and your dynamism are contagious. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All the best.
Thanks.